Welcome to another episode of Heart Revelation Confessions. Today's topic is going to be about people say that you ain't shit, but what do God say about you? People might criticize you, people might say bad things about you, but don't let them things discourage you from your purpose. You are special, you are unique, you still here because no matter what people might say about you, you're still making it, you're still striving. So don't give up. Don't let these people discourage you. See, in this world, we are born and we don't know what our names would be. We don't know what kind of parents we would have. Some of us can have good parents, some of us can have bad parents, but we still must stay obedient to our parents. Don't matter if they're good, don't matter if they're bad, you know. And sometimes, you know, parents don't know how to be parents, and when they was young, some of them was abused by their own parents. And since they was abused by their own parents, they carried that on their backs when they become parents. And also they start, putting down, their own kid. But whatever they say about you, you're not what they say. Because sometimes, people or your parents can see potential within you, but they jealous and they try to discourage you from seeing your purpose, from stopping you from living a good life. Some of these people out here has wasted their lives. We have been bamboozled, by religion. We have been, you know, tricked and deceived to respect our elders. So we have to be careful who we listen to, because some of these older people out here is not telling you the truth. Some of these people spirits has been broke down a long time ago, and they have given up on themselves, and now they are in depression. They drinking, they doing drugs. So when you are in that state, how can you uplift somebody else? If you have your kids going to public school and they get put in special education, don't believe everything what the teachers say in that school. You have to believe in your kids. Some of these people who get put in special ed, they're not slow. It's not that they can't learn. It's just they are misunderstood. You know what I'm saying? Some of them kids, they have behavior problems. Sometimes we have to sit down with our kids and we have to make time for our kids. We have to talk to our kids because some of our kids are closed up in the shell. But if you give them a chance and an opportunity to express themselves without judgment, you will see a beautiful expression. You have to just, you know, fight for what you believe in. Don't let nobody, you know, talk about your family. Don't let nobody say anything bad about your family. Just because a man is a ruler of his house, he also can be a fool as well. The reason why he can be a fool is because he isn't spiritual. The man of the house may have problems with his wife or his kids, and he go out in the street and he take advice from the wrong kind of people, and then he go back home with that mentality, and he can bring destruction on his household. A good man will sit down and talk to his family, not go outside of the house and listen to those people who don't even know him or his family. And in my life, you know, some people supported me and some people haven't supported me. But even though in your life you will expect that your blood will support you, that's not always the case every time. Even though your blood might not support you, angels is all around you. Angels and divine spirits is touching the heart of man. Don't matter if they family or not. These people, they see something in you. These people encourage you. These people will inspire you to follow your dreams. Just the other night, I was looking at this movie called Hollywood Shuffle. And it basically talked about a guy, the main character, he had a dream to be an actor. But you know how Hollywood is set up. Hollywood is very hard to get into. So basically, even though he was going to, acting auditions, he had a regular job. He worked at a regular 9 to 5 and he was making minimum wage. So even though the people on the job was discouraging him, he didn't give up on his dream. He'd be like, enough is enough. I'm tired of this, you know what I'm saying? And, I don't want to get old and I don't want to miss out on my opportunity. You know what I'm saying? So even though in the movie, the people who work with him at the minimum wage job, they didn't believe in him. But even though they didn't believe in him, it was an angel around him. And this angel, he worked in a barber shop, and basically, he encouraged him, he inspired him, and he was telling him that you don't want to get too old and miss out on your opportunity. And he told him, he said, one day I can see you being the first black Superman. So even though people might discourage you, you know, keep on following your desires. Don't give up. You know, and like I say, save up your money. If you can get money, save up on your money. Save up on your money. So if you have a dream or a desire, you can invest your money into yourself to make you better, to make you, go for your dreams. And just like me, you know, I'm a very creative individual. You know, I had dreams, I had dreams of one day meeting famous people, and I met them. I had dreams on doing this hard revelation confessions. I'm doing it now. I had many other dreams, and, in my life, people told me, you know, you ugly, you know, you ain't gonna never gonna get a girlfriend. But everything they said about me wasn't true. It was their own hatred. It was their own insecurity that they tried to put on me. But even though they said all those things about me, still I rise. Everything they said I couldn't get, I got. I got, you know. Like I was saying, just be patient, you know. Don't listen to what everybody telling you, Long as you living, long as you breathing, you may make mistakes, but you always get back up. You always live another day to correct your errors. You know what I'm saying?